Hello guys and welcome back. So now in this video we will be adding pause menu to our game. Okay, for that what we're gonna do is in the game assets folder, let's go ahead and create another folder by the name of prefabs. Okay, then let's make a prefab of this whole canvas. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open this up and then drag and drop this whole canvas in there. Okay, then click on this canvas and click on prefab, unpack completely. That's it. Now change to our MCP day scene, and on this scene we're gonna drag and drop the canvas now. So open up prefabs and drag and drop that in here. Let's move it to the top. Click on prefab, unpack completely. From here we will delete the options menu. Okay, we will leave everything else. Turn off the player UI. Okay, but what we're gonna do right here is let's move this mini map inside our player UI. Okay, so that when we disable the player UI, or everything should just get removed from the screen. Okay, now name this as pause menu, and this canvas as well, pause menu canvas. In the pause menu we will delete the quit button, because right here we just need 3 buttons. Okay, so I'm gonna move this a little bit down right here. Okay, then let's rename this first one to resume game. Okay, change the text inside as well to resume game, or just resume. Okay, then after that we will have a restart game button. Then click on the text in here, type restart. Okay, and then our last button will be our main menu button, by which the player will go back to the main menu. Okay, so right here type main menu. That's it, we just need these 3 buttons right here. Now after this, let's go ahead and create a new script in the UI by the name of pause menu. Then click on the pause menu canvas and drag and drop this script, and make sure that you remove the main menu script from there. Okay, then let's open this up, and right here we can remove all of that. Then we can go ahead and create our pause menu button, which is the escape key. So in the player controls, click on player controls, then in player action go ahead and add another button. Name this as pause. Then in the bindings, select the escape keyboard key. When you do that, click on close, then save. After that, open up the input manager script, and at the bottom let's create a bool by the name of pause input. Right here we're gonna copy this and paste it down below. Also copy the cancelled one and paste it down below. Now change this to pause and this to pause as well. Then right here we're gonna type pause input and write down below as well. Now click back on the pause menu at the top, make a reference to the input manager script, name this as input manager. Then we will create a reference to the pause menu UI. So public game object pause menu UI. After this, create one more reference to other UI, in which the by other UI it means the player UI. Okay, then after this we're gonna say private bool is paused, and this bool gonna be false by default. Then let's scroll down, create a start method in which we're gonna set a reference to the input manager script. So input manager equals to find object of type input manager. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a method for resuming the game. So then create a method for pausing the game. Okay, so when we pause the game, we're gonna set the pause menu to false. Okay, and the other menu will be set to, actually when we pause the game we're gonna set the pause menu to true and the other menu to false. Okay, after this we're gonna say time scale equals to 0, and then we're gonna set the is paused, actually make this is paused. Okay, is paused will be equals to true. Then we're gonna say cursor dot lock state equals to cursor lock mode dot none. We're gonna deactivate, or you can say we're gonna deactivate the other UI, and we're gonna pause the game, and then we're gonna enable the cursor. So cursor dot visible will be equals to true. Okay, this is when we pause the game. Now when we unpause the game, we're gonna set the pause menu to false and other UI will be true. We're gonna set the time of the game to 1, okay, which is the normal. Set this to false, and this time this will be changed to locked and this to false. Okay, then we're gonna create a method for restarting the game. So name this as restart game. Okay, in here we will say scene manager dot load scene, and we want to load the main menu scene. Okay, actually when we are restarting the game we're gonna call the mcp underscore day scene. Okay, and time scale will be equals to 1. And now copy this method, paste it down below, and name this as main menu, and this time we're going to call the main menu scene and set the time to 1. Okay, make sure that at the top you add using unity engine dot scene management. Okay, then after the start method, let's create the update method, in which we're gonna say if input manager dot pause input is pressed. Okay, then we will check if the game is paused. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna resume the game. So call the resume game method, and If the game is not paused, then we're gonna pause the game. Simple as that. Now get back right here, click on pause menu canvas. In here we need to we need to add this pause menu UI, which is this. Okay, and as you know that this pause menu has this panel and image, we also want that to be disabled as well. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add the image in the pause menu, then the panel, and then when we disable it, as you can see, it got disabled perfectly fine. Alright, so make sure that you add that and drag and drop it in there. Then in the other UI, we're gonna add this player UI. Okay, so drag and drop the player UI in there, enable the player UI and disable the pause menu. Okay, and then select the pause, actually enable the pause menu again, and we need to add the button methods. So drag and drop the pause menu canvas, then select the resume button, and for the resume button we're gonna call the resume method. For the restart we're gonna call the restart, and then for the main menu we're gonna call the main menu. And now after this we can disable it. Okay, now let's play the game, and if we click on pause button, or you can see the escape button, as you can see it do this. Okay, but if you notice the resume button works, and if we check the restart button it works as well. It restarts the game, and if we click the main menu, as you can see the main menu button works as well. Okay, so we're gonna fix this issue with the button. So for fixing it, open up the input manager script, and from here remove this last line. Then if we scroll down right here, copy this handle scope input method and then paste it down below. Change it to handle its name to handle pause input. Then in here pass the pause input keyword, set it to false. Then right here call that handle pause input and make sure that you add a semicolon at the end. And when you do that, get back right here and play the game. And now if we click on pause input, as you can see it works perfectly fine. We can resume the game, we can restart the game, and we can also get back to the main menu, and from there we can play the game again. Okay, so our pause menu works perfectly fine. Okay, and what we're gonna do in the next video is we're gonna add scope thing to our game. As you can see that here for the scope input we have everything set up. So in the next video we're gonna add scope functionality to our game. Okay.